Howdy, welcome to the Autistic Page. This is David Page. I was diagnosed with ADHD and autism at 50. This is my first video in about 6 months and pretty much a mega reveal. A lot of things have changed, and for an autistic person that's very, very difficult. So I want to talk about that and how it's going to affect this channel. It just got real.
Oh, wow.
I kind of took a unplanned hiatus. I was having some issues building my new computer, but then I got married. Yeah, that's a pretty big change. I moved to a new city and to my wife's home. That was really big for me. Of course, I wanted to take some time with my wife. I actually changed my name to Page. It was Ledoux, now it's David Page. That was because basically it was just a lot simpler. It would have taken her a couple of years and been really expensive to change her name, and it only took me a couple of months, and I only had to change about 4 or 5 things, so it wasn't a big deal for me. Now, one autistic trait is we really have to have our routines. We have to have things kind of the same way every day. If our routines are changed, then it's very, very difficult for us. I have gotten a new job that is ideal for me. I'm going to have a regular schedule, so I'm going to be able to produce videos on a regular basis and it pretty much establish a routine with it. So I'm very excited about that. I am going to be continuing to do atheist content on this channel as Compelled Unbeliever. I'm just going to, I guess, partition the channel and do autistic content and some other content besides atheist content that I'm going to talk about right here. Keep in mind that every single thing in my life, because I am autistic, has to do with being autistic. Autism is a neurological disorder or difference that our brains are actually literally wired differently. So it also brings in these other things. I am bisexual, but more appropriately pansexual. That being, I don't really necessarily care about sex or gender, whatever, I like human being. Autistic people are 2 or 3 times more likely to be LGBT, so I will be talking about that on this channel also. With autism, there are huge sensory issues. Sometimes we are overstimulated and sometimes we are understimulated. I wasn't really going to talk about this, but I am into BDSM. I'm fairly new to it, but I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I will be talking about the sensory issues in that because I think that's very important, and I don't know of any autistic people that are really talking about that, and I think it's very, very important and could be a useful tool. So I'm excited to talk about that also just a little bit. How did I find out that I was autistic at 50? Well, thank you, formerly known as Mr. Atheist, Jimmy Snow. He produced a video where he came out as autistic. I was just kind of just curious. About 2/3 of the way through the video, I actually turned it off and I started researching. And after about 4 hours, for the very first time in my life, I had an identity. Because when Jimmy was talking about the symptoms of autism, he was talking about my personality traits. And a lot of the things that he talked about, I didn't know were symptoms. I didn't know that there was anything wrong with it. I just thought everything he said was completely normal. And when he laid it out like that, it was absolutely shocking. Autism didn't look like a diagnosis to me. It looked like a description. So it was pretty shocking, and I went ahead and did get diagnosed within 2 months, and that's where this channel is really going to change, because every thought I have ever had and ever will have will be autistic. It is the reason I am an atheist. It is the reason I'm pansexual. It is the reason that I like BDSM. Every single thing about me is autistic. So that's where I'm going to go with this channel. Like I said, I'm definitely going to keep on the atheist content because it's fun. It is my special interest. One direction I would like to go with this channel is to talk about the uncomfortable things. Those in the atheist and LGBT community know that it can be extremely volatile with very, very many, a variety of opinions on certain things. In the autistic community, it's not only the same, I think it's much worse. Let me know in the comments below if you know anyone that is autistic or any adults that have been diagnosed with autism. I'd really like to talk about that and have that conversation. Also, please like and subscribe. It's very, very important. Hit that bell so that I can get the word out and help other people who have been diagnosed late in life. This is David Page. Remember, do not hate neurotypical people for all their faults.